All right, folks, we might be in for this one. I don't know. I heard this one was bad. This is a couple days old. I heard this one was brutal. So Bill Maher is attacking the woke Democrats. That's right, folks. So this is 8 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to get through the whole thing. But here we have hashtag woke is a joke. Let's watch.
And finally, new rule Democrats who 1 year from now will be licking their wounds and asking themselves how they could have lost the midterms so badly must instead ask themselves that question now. Now. You know, now. Like, while there's still time to do something about it.
So again, I want to remind everyone, right? Yesterday I covered this poll that said basically because of Democrats doing nothing, people just lost confidence in them, right? So they have this amazing social spending package, the Build Back Better Act that he campaigned on. That's all of his campaign promises wrapped into one. And then Joe Manchin comes along, says, nah. 80% approval in West Virginia? Nah. 70% approval nationwide? Nah. 80% approval nationwide? Nah. Would help stop killing, thousands and thousands of Americans? Nah. Clean water? Nah. Roads? Nah. Filling potholes? Nah. Fixing bridges? Nah. Fuck that shit. Healthcare? Should we give help? Nah. Like, climate change? Should we do anything about the climate? Nah. Right? And now people hate the Democrats. Right? But so Joe Manchin basically stalling out the process for 6 months and fucking the bills over. I wish he would fuck this bill over, but unfortunately that hasn't happened yet. But anyway, that is actually AOC's fault because woke.
A couple of weeks ago, Amy Klobuchar was here, and when I suggested the Democrats need a messaging czar, she offered me the job. Well, you need a messaging czar in your party.
Do you think it should be you?
Amy, I'm flattered. But after careful consideration...
That is true. I will agree with Bill Maher on that one. The Democrats do need better messaging. As in, any messaging. At all. At all. At fucking all. They have no messaging. At all. None whatsoever. It's the right wing making up a bunch of bogus nonsense like critical race theory and all that stupid shit. Fake culture war garbage. And then the Democrats going like, what are you talking about? And now the Democrats are too woke. Now the Democrats asked what the hell the right wing's talking about. And now they're woke. They're woke, bro. What the fuck does woke mean?
I must decline. The hours it would take me away from home would make it very difficult on my family.
I'll clap for the dogs. I'll do it.
But I will tonight, once again, break out my coach hat and try to point the Democrats in the right direction. That's all I can do. Point you in the right direction.
So, okay, so let me get this on just a comedy angle. So, okay, is that Eric Adams?
Once again, break out my coach hat.
So he's got the physical hat. All right, this is part of the skit. So he's got the hat. But then, instead of putting the hat on, he's got the hat in his hands, folks. So instead of putting it on, they're showing a picture of him with the hat on. Motherfucker's got the hat on. He's got the hat in his hands. It's not like he didn't have the hat on and then they put up a screenshot or whatever. He's got the fucking hat in his hands. Put it on your fucking head. But okay, that's fine.
And try to point the Democrats in the right direction. That's all I can do. Point you in the right direction. I'm like Deep Throat. Because the way this party is running for office is making me gag. Now, I know liberals think this country is full of dumb white people, but in our democracy, dumb white people make up a substantial portion of the vote. The median voter is a white person in their 50s who didn't go to college. Their favorite TV show is NCIS. And their pronouns are what? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and get away from me.
So now we have Eric Adams here just like being gross or whatever. So, okay, what happened here? Like when I was in school, now again, I'm 25, right? So I was in school relatively recently compared to Bill Maher. But when I was in like maybe, I want to say first or second grade, we learned what pronouns were. What is this like? What is this new wave of like, I don't know what a pronoun is? What? What? Do you know what an adjective is? Do you know what that pronoun? What is a pronoun? Bitch, motherfucker, you use them every day. It's called English. It's the motherfucking language you speak. It's the language that you fucking speak. What do you mean you don't know what a fucking pronoun is? But again, that is true though, because Americans are fucking stupid. 95% of Americans don't eat enough fiber. What's fiber, you might ask? Vegetables. 95% of Americans are so fucking stupid, they are willing to kill themselves because they're afraid to cook vegetables. 70% of Americans are fucking Christians. They believe Jesus is watching them jerk off. There's talking snakes coming from the ground, right? There's fucking ribs floating in the atmosphere, growing into full beings. There's God flooding the world. Moses is splitting the sea. Yeah, they believe that. Yeah, this country's fucking stupid.
The fuck you're talking about and get away from me.
But again, no, it's the woke. The woke people are the problem. Whatever. Again, don't know what the fuck woke is. I have no idea. They never define it. But the woke people are the problem. Reminder, 8 in 10 Americans got their dicks cut off because their parents believe in God. Just saying.
In 2008, Republicans only won 4 Virginia counties by more than 70%. This month, in the governor's election there, they did it in 45 counties. And this is what a lot of Democrats were told was the reason for that. Glenn Youngkin's win proves white ignorance is a powerful weapon. Racism still works in Virginia. It's not the messaging, folks. This country simply still loves white supremacy. Well, I haven't worked up an official Democratic campaign slogan for 2024 yet, but I tell you what I have ruled out is vote Democrat because white people suck. It's like trying to get laid by saying, you're ugly, you want to dance? You're alienating a whole lot of people, particularly whites without a college degree, which is most of them in a country that's still 70% white. I'd say do the math, but math is a form of white supremacy.
What?
Yes, I know. I know every fiber of your being tells you the people you really want to reach are Guatemalan teenagers and bloggers in Gaza, but they can't vote. To a lot of folks in America, you come across as the cares about everybody but me party. And it doesn't have to be that way. You can find ways to stand up for these folks without being David Duke. This month, when the Democrats finally passed their big $1 trillion bill to rebuild our roads and bridges, 6 Democrats voted no because it didn't go far enough to address climate change, which I'm sure is true. What does? But this was free money from the federal government that would actually improve their constituents' lives. I can see a voter saying, you know, squad, I agree with you on climate change. But as long as it is happening, we also need money for getting the water pumped out of the subway. Can we do that?
So again, is he going to mention the fact that the 6 Democrats that voted against the... First of all, it passed. They weren't make or break, right? But, is he going to mention the fact that the original bill was going to have these provisions? Is he going to talk about why they voted against it? No! They voted against it because they wanted to have the dual track bullshit with the other bill, other already passed the Senate, and then they would have voted for both at once. That was violated. They were lied to by Biden and President Joe Manchin, right? And so they voted against it. It's that simple. But is Bill Maher going to mention that? Is he going to mention that? No, because he doesn't care. This is propaganda, folks. I need you to understand. I know I use the P word, and I love the P word, but this is propaganda, right? This guy wants you to, think that asking for anything more, it's like prison food. When if you're in prison and you're eating the prison food, you should be happy they were even feeding you, god damn it. That's the Bill Maher kind of thing. I personally say, hey, maybe can I get some fresh steamed broccoli on this bitch, motherfucker? That's what I'm saying. And then it's nah, you should be happy that we're even feeding you at all.
Before we build the workers' paradise?
And then it's just this juxtaposition. Oh, they want paradise. They want a utopia. I mean, we all do, don't we? Don't we all want a utopia? But then it's also, they're not even asking for a utopia. They're asking for, like, healthcare in a pandemic. They're like, right? Like,
One of the first things Biden did in office was getting through a COVID relief package that sent $1,400 to, well, everybody, without a single Republican.
That's not true. It was means tested. I know a lot of people that still haven't gotten their $1,400 check because it got lost in transit. So that's not true. Then also, he's ignoring the fact that they campaigned on 2000. They campaigned on 2000. So, what? But okay.
Can vote. And today, Trump is leading him in the polls. You can give the people all the goodies Joe Manchin will allow, and it doesn't seem to buy their love. Why?
Maybe it's because Joe Manchin is a fucking loser. Maybe? No, actually, it's because of wokeness.
Why is the party that supports so many issues that benefit the middle class still considered out of touch by 62% of Americans? In plain English, nobody likes a snob. Hillary Clinton didn't have anyone on rural research or outreach when she ran in 2016 until the race tightened just before the election. Then they hired one. And where was his office? Brooklyn. True story. Politics is local, not locally sourced. It's not artisan. It's Art and Stan. Your microaggression culture doesn't play in the Rust Belt. If a staffer hands you a speech that says menstruating people instead of women, don't say that. Say women.
Profound.
Don't put anyone fresh out of college in charge of the campaign. They've been given participation trophies their whole life. They don't know how to win.
Like, again, I can't get through the rest of this. This is just boomer garbage. I mean, again, like, now, if you can tell me, this is a test. We can all play this at home. Whenever someone says the word woke, right? Ask them what woke means. Now, you're probably going to lose there because they're not going to be able to answer that question. But let's assume they give you, like, woke means, they're talking about, feeding the black people. All right, that's what woke means. All right, we'll deal with that. Okay. So, then ask them, when have Democrats actually done that? When have they ever actually have been, I'm so woke. Oh, look at me, I'm woke. I have never seen a Democrat ever act like Bill Maher is pretending that they do, right? This is just like a reaction culture. They're all reacting to a ghost. Wokeness is the same thing as critical race theory. It doesn't exist. It's an abstract concept. It's like a social justice warrior, right? But instead of social, it's just woke. They're all woke. What does that mean? I don't know. They think that black people deserve money, or that immigrants should not be put in concentration camps, or that maybe we should fix the climate. That's woke. Huh? It's fascinating to me. It's fascinating. Let's just...
That said, I would love to have AOC on this show. There's so much to admire there. I was one of her first supporters for the Green New Deal idea. But that will probably never happen because Democrats don't go anywhere these days where they're not pre-adored. And that's my last bit of advice to them. Go where the amen corner isn't.
So, okay, this guy somehow managed to criticize Hillary Clinton and tie the most establishment candidate that's ever existed to wokeness. Hillary Clinton, who doesn't like trans people, she's woke. Hillary Clinton, who, when she was Secretary of State, destroyed the Haitian economy and government, right? Yeah, she's woke. Hillary Clinton, who didn't support gay marriage until 2016. Yeah, she's woke. Huh? What? And then again, the acknowledgement that Joe Manchin's the stall in Congress, but it's not his fault. No, it's AOC's fault. It's 6 members of Congress They're the real villains. Joe Manchin's just trying to get things done with Benigno. Huh? The ship that Joe Manchin tore out of the Build Back Better bill, 80% approval in West Virginia. So, but again, if you ask any one of these motherfuckers what woke means, you're going to get a similar response that we got from this guy in Virginia. So let me play this clip here.
What's the most important issue in the governor's race here in Virginia?
Getting back to the basics of teaching children, not teaching them critical race theory.
Wokeness. Just substitute critical race theory for wokeness.
And what is critical race theory?
Well, I'm not going to get into the specifics of it because I don't understand it that much, but it's something that what little bit that I know I don't care for.
And what have you heard that you don't?
Well,
that you don't like?
I'm not going to, I don't have that much knowledge on it, but It's something that I don't care for.
So again, does that mean that the Democrats' messaging is good? No, it's not. But guess who's in charge of Democrats' messaging? The establishment. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Joe Biden. AOC has no input on the messaging strategy of the Democratic Party. She is just one person in Congress. The idea that AOC is symbolic of the Democrats, but also they can't get anything done. Like, if Democrats were woke, but they also got climate provisions, they also got $2,000 checks, healthcare for everyone, fixed everything, no one would give a shit if they're woke, right? But again, it's like conflating a lot of things that are true and aren't true, and just to solely place blame on, like, anyone that cares about immigrant rights. Oh, people shouldn't be locked up in cages for several years because they want a better life? Sounds woke, Jack. I don't know, man. This shit's ridiculous. But anyway, I tried my best to get through that one. Let's see what else we got on the news, right? Let's keep going.